Hi, my name is Dana, and I'm a software engineer on the VideoCoin network. And today I'm going to walk you through Orbital, an application that we've built to demonstrate how you can create and view streams using the VideoCoin network. You can get the code for Orbital here in VideoCoin's GitHub repos. Orbital is a React application started with Create React App, so it should be pretty familiar to many of you. Your first step after forking this repo should be to run yarn install to install dependencies, and after that you can just run yarn start to start up the application on port 3000. One thing to note is that Orbital uses Firebase as a backend. You can use any backend you want, but this app will need some place to store records for videos and users. There's a step-by-step guide in the README for configuring Firebase and adding collections. So if you just follow that, you should be able to start up Orbital and start playing around with creating new streams right away. So next, let's get started with looking at how Orbital actually uses the VideoCoin network API to create and run streams. There are two files that are relevant for using the VideoCoin API to start a stream here in the Orbital Web App. The first is create_livecast.js and the other is API.js. So the first step for running a stream is to create a stream. So if you look here and create livecast, find the function start go live. That kicks off by calling the create stream function defined over here in API.js. And all that's going to do is hit this streams endpoint. It's going to send a post, and the payload looks like this. With a name field, with string value of live, and a profile ID. This profile ID is defined in the Firebase remote config, so you'll see that mentioned in the README. The next step in getting a stream going on the VideoCoin network is to run the stream. So in step one, we created the stream by calling the streams endpoint, and then that post should return a stream object from which you can derive a stream ID, and then you are going to run the stream. So you'll see here in start go live, after I've created the stream, I call run stream. Run stream will send a post to the streams endpoint with the stream ID /run in the path, and that will start running your stream. You'll also need your VideoCoin network API token, and this you should have set up in your Firebase remote config if you followed along those steps, and that's documented in the README. Now, the third step in starting a stream is to set an interval to check the status of your stream. So you'll see in start go live, we've created the stream, we've called run stream. Now we are going to call the next function, which will set an interval checking that stream status, and then I'm passing in a callback to be called once our stream status is prepared. So you'll see the set stream status prepared interval function defined over here in API.js. It calls get stream defined just above it. Every 2 seconds, get stream is returning your stream object, and when that stream object has a status field of prepared, then we are going to fire a callback. Once you have a stream status of prepared, the next step is to establish a peer connection between your local machine and the VideoCoin remote media server. So the steps for doing this really just pertain to the browser's RTC Peer Connection API, and the steps are outlined very specifically in the README. So I'm not going to go through that here because it's several steps, and they're written down very specifically. So you should be able to follow along with that. All right, step 5. We're still in the callback that we passed to set is stream status prepared interval, because it's still the callback that's being executed once your stream status turns to prepared. So we've started a WebRTC session, and now that that's done, we are going to set a new interval, very like the last one, but this time we are checking for our stream status to turn to ready. So again, this interval executes every 2 seconds, and once our stream status is ready, then what we really need off of that stream object is the output URL field. And that output URL field is going to have a URL where our new HLS stream can be viewed. All right, those are all the steps for creating and starting a stream. You can now view it at that URL that you got in the previous step. And when you want to stop your stream, just refer to the stop stream function over in API.js. You'll need to hit the endpoint shown there with post request and shut that stream down when you're finished.